One of the
So
largest of the world. So where are you from?
this is Moscow. It's the capital of our country.
Mhm.
So I'm from that area. I was born here. It's the Tatarstan Republic. Republic of Tatarstan.
Mm.
Tatarstan. So my nationality is I'm a Tatar.
Mhm.
And nowadays I'm living here in this city.
Mm. It's pronounced
So
Kamapa,
Samara. Samara. Just a
Samara.
second. I will Samara in
Samara.
English. And the place where I lived before, it's here.
Ah, I see.
It's Metsirsk.
And do you speak Russian over there, or do you have another dialect in your region?
No, only Russian, but my parents, they spoke with me, and sometimes nowadays my mom spoke with me using my native language, Tatar language.
Tartar language. So you do have another kind of dialect for the Tartar area,
Yes, yes.
the Tartarstan. Nice. And that's something I get curious with. Growing up, speaking a dialect in Russian and then learning English, does it make it more or less difficult to learn a foreign language when you already speak two languages?
I'm always thinking about it because I'm trying to bring up my youngest daughter as a bilingual kid. So, and I was thinking, and I'm still thinking about how does it work, this process, yeah? Is it easier? But I understood that my mom and my parents, they used Tatar language, but I didn't answer in Tatar. I understand. I know everything about grammar. I can read. I can retell the stories. I know all kind of structures and forms of the language as a system, but I cannot speak.
Interesting, because I hear that a lot from my students that are learning English. Sometimes they say they understand everything, they know how the language works, but they can't speak, right?
Yes, and I always think about how it works and how what we need to do to teach the students. If I'm living surrounding the people who all every day, all the time, they speak in a native language and I don't speak, what did I need to speak? So my level of my native language, it's a native language, you know, it's like a B1. I know just the simple phrases.
You're not a proficient speaker of your native language.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Weird. It's really weird.
It is, it is.
And when I started to live in two languages with my daughter, so the first part of the day from since her first years old, first birthday, we started to live in two languages. And the first part was in English. The second part of the day was in Russian.
Interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and yes, and I cannot see the development of. I cannot see the progress. I cannot.
How old is she now?
She's 6.
6 years old. And how long have you been doing that with her, speaking both
5
languages?
years. 5.
Since she was 1 year old. Yeah. So does she speak English and Russian now?
So I was watching this process, and I understood that if you want to speak as a native, yeah, like a native language, using like a native language. So my daughter just started after 5 years. She just started speaking using the sentences.
Good, good.
Simple sentences. And she always asks me about how it will be in English, mommy. I want to. So it was the period when she said, "Don't use another language.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to speak with you in English. Say
Mm-hmm.
me, use just Russian. So the
Mm-hmm.
next period was, so it's just like a fourth and two steps back, fourth
Mm-hmm.
and two steps back. Maybe it's the same with our students, yeah?
Yes, yes. They feel that. Sometimes they say that, right? Oh, I feel I am
And
regressing with my English.
yeah, and the second watching, it's like a, um, so my parents, they spoke every day, yeah? And
Mm-hmm.
it didn't work with me. Okay, what should we do? Maybe it's better, and I'm using now with my daughter, when you not only commenting this process, yeah, just describing, you should say, let's say, let's say,
Take it
let's say
from
the
them.
same, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
And when,
because
yes, and when our ear and our mouth work, it works better. So
yes, yes.
it's like a
Uh,
research.
yes, I'm always telling my students about that. I've read about the critical period that kids, when they are 4 or 5 years old, their plasticity in their brains are more open to new languages, but it takes them longer to start producing, because producing is the difficult part, because it involves, like you said, motor skills. It involves the way you move your mouth, how you produce the sounds in your tongue, in your throat. It's not as simple as just listening, right? So probably
But
that's
yeah.
why you don't speak, sorry, that's why you don't speak Tatar, because your parents didn't force you to speak it, right?
Yes, I answered in Russian and it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They, yeah,
That's
they should say,
do you have this problem when you're teaching English? Because that's a
yes.
problem we have in Brazil. We speak in English and they answer in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Do Russian students do that too?
Yes, yes. And they said, I don't understand.
Yeah. Students are the same all over the world. Oh my God.
But okay, maybe when they're beginner level, but I don't allow them to translate.
Mm-hmm.
I try them, I say them, use the like a visual or imagine or pictures in your mind or real pictures. Don't translate, please.
Yes, try
So
to associate, right?
yeah, from the beginning, they are learning not to translate.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the students come to me when they're intermediate level, it's really difficult to change their
Mm.
brain to work another way. Don't
Yeah.
use the translation. And for example, just yesterday, I had a class with the student, adult woman, who is a perfectionist. Yeah, she's
Mm.
a brilliant student. She was a brilliant student at school, and a little bad mark, like a bad mark, yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
her, it's so painful,
Mm-hmm.
hurtful. And I said,
Yeah.
please, come on, come down. You are doing well, but now we should force our brain to work. Come on, give them a stimul to come on, go ahead, move on.
Yes, this is the frustration that students
Yeah,
feel, that we have to help them deal with it, right?
and anxiety really. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Landish, what kind of institution do you work at the moment? Are you working freelance or for an
Yeah,
institution?
I'm a freelancer, the second year. So, and I had a great experience because I have worked in a public school, in a private school, in a language school, everywhere.
Nice.
So
Nice.
and I chose the better way for me.
The So you chose to be a freelancer after lots of experience, right? So I don't have to ask you which one you prefer, because I guess it's freelancing, right?
Yes,
Nice.
it's better.
How long have you been a teacher?
So this year in October, it will be 21 year.
21 years, about the same as me. I've been a teacher for 20 years too. Nice. And what is it like being an English teacher in Russia? Do people speak English in your country? Are there many people that already speak English? It is cultural to study English.
So I have been teaching and working as a teacher in general, for 21 years, but I graduated from the university and faculty of teacher of Russian language and Russian literature. And the second step of my profession is English teacher. And I worked as a Russian teacher for the first 3 years. And after that, I decided that I want to teach English. It's better for me.
Interesting.
So, yes, and we can see all the time, we can see the changes during this time within these 21 years. And now it's prestigious, but of course, it's for most of the private schools or language centers, you have to have some certificates like a CELTA, Delta, and CPE, for example.
To be an English teacher, right?
Yeah, in a language center. In the public school, it doesn't need, of course.
It's quite similar to Brazil then. And how about for the students? Does the job market expect them to speak English? Is it a requirement for people to work at good institutions?
So, only maybe last 5 years, I think, when the adult people started to come to me to have classes, because firstly, they want to immigrate to Canada or to Europe. They want to pass the exams like IELTS or TOEFL. They want to have internship in other countries. What else? They want to study at the university abroad. What else?
That's another question I have for you, because I have a cousin that lived in Czech Republic, and the schools at university there were in English. Is it similar in Russia? Do you have classes in English at universities or not?
Yes, because I have a student who is studying at the university at the second course, and she will be the teacher of Russian literature, but she's having classes with me because she needs English.
So she'll have to teach Russian literature in English, probably.
No, but she needs to, for passing exam at the university. She doesn't have this good level or high level to take the exam there, and that's why the second year where she's learning with me. And it wasn't the same at my time, for example. It's just for put the tick in your list. Okay, I had it in the university English.
Didn't make a difference.
Yeah,
but
didn't make any sense.
But life before the internet was very different for English speakers, right? I always say that before the internet, I mean, when I studied English, I didn't know the point of that. Why am I learning English? Okay, to travel abroad. Then I traveled abroad for the first time. All right, I'm learning English to communicate with other people. But if people didn't have the intention to travel abroad, they didn't see the purpose of that. And then the internet came and everything is in English and all the courses, and they can see all the studies, all the publications, the articles in English, right? Yeah. And I forgot. Go ahead.
Okay, and for example, in some we have got there is the oil company in my town where I lived before. So, and for the employers, it was no, it wasn't. It's now the same exists the situation if when they have to know English, and they have the like a bonus to the salary. And it's like supporting and encouraging.
Yes. Yes.
And some of them, they translate, for example, from English into Russian, some articles.
Ah, nice. So they get some extra money from that.
Yeah.
Nice. In Brazil, it's quite common that the companies are hiring people with English, and they give a bonus for that sometimes. Sometimes they give promotions to people who speak English better. So in the job market, it's necessary, right?
Yeah, the same, yes. For example, I have my former classmate who wanted to have a better position in his company, but it was needed to know the English at least intermediate level. And you know, he started to learn with me, but after 2 classes, it was really painful for him. Then he's a boss in his company, and at my class, he's just a student.
That's complicated, isn't it? And they don't accept it. It's hard for them to deal with that. I've had that situation too. And I'd like to know about the alphabet, because in Russian you use a different alphabet, right? It's the Cyrillic alphabet.
Marina asked about it, the alphabet. She wanted to start learning Russian. Yeah.
My dream, but I need time to dedicate to that. Oh my God. So is it hard for the students when they start learning English because it's a totally different alphabet? Does it make it harder for them?
I cannot say that it's absolutely different. Some letters that they're the same, but the pronunciation of the letters different. For example, it's really interesting situations with my youngest daughter, because during my classes with the youngest students, she's learning alphabet, with English alphabet. And so she has known the English alphabet and English sounds, phonics, and letters better than Russian. She doesn't know Russian.
Oh my God.
Yes. And sometimes she knows how it's written her name in English. And I would like to share, for example, please, her name is. So the first letters are here, yeah? Yeah. P-O, yeah, P-O, Polina. Polina, she is writing this way. She can write.
Beautiful name. Polina.
And for example, yesterday on the above the sign for the shop, above the shop, she saw yesterday these 2 letters, but in Russian it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's O in Russian, but this one is R.
Oh my God, the P has the sound of a R.
R sound here.
This is a R in Russian.
R, yeah. Yeah. Which, for example, in Russian, I will write down работа. Работа, it's like a work, yeah? Работа.
Like labor.
Yeah, job or profession. Работа.
Работа.
So this one, работа, yeah. R, the same. O, the same. T, the same. A, the same. Just this letter is different.
Totally different. I wouldn't know how to say it. I would say.
But it looks like a B. Look. So this one is Russian B, and if you add a little bit here, it will be B in English.
That's true. This one, it's similar, but the P sounding like a R, I had no idea about that. It's totally new to me. It's so interesting.
And for example, this one, in Russian, it's N sound, like this one, N. And in English, it's
like, oh, really? This is our H. This is a H, and it's N.
N in Russian. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you show us a word that has this? N?
For example, which one? N. Okay. Nose. Nos. Nose.
My God, I would say hawk. What's this? Hawk. And this is nose.
Nose, yeah, nose. N-O-S.
Nose. That's very different.
a little, and that's why it's difficult at school to they mixed up the letters when they if they have known how to read in Russian. Sometimes it's really difficult to change their mind how to use the Russian letters in other way.
For sure, for sure. It must be
Yeah.
very difficult, much harder than from Brazilians, because for Brazilians, you have a different accent, a different pronunciation, but the sound is quite similar, like the p for the P sound, the p, Paulina, we would say the same. And the h, we say the same, hospital, helicopter.
But you know, in my native language, Tatar language, we have got a lot of sounds like in English. For example, in Tatar language, we have got this sound, and so it's additional letters to the alphabet.
Oh, the Tartar alphabet has more letters than the Russian.
Yes, 6 more letters.
And these extra letters that are similar to the English.
Yes, and for example, this like the same like in English, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And we have got in Tatar we have got the sound w.
W.
Yeah, that's why who lives in Tatarstan Republic and who use the Tatar or hear every day the Tatar language, it's easier the pronunciation step to how to learn pronunciation. For example, like what, yeah, that, the difference between what, the, and we have got the sound a.
This we don't have in Portuguese.
Yes, the same. So, and I am teaching, for example, the students from Moscow, from another countries, or from another cities, and it's really difficult to pronounce the sound a, and it's absolutely impossible. They cannot hear the difference.
They think it's all the same. They think it's all in a. In Portuguese, they think it's all in a, because that's the only one we've got in Portuguese. I understand you completely. Yes.
And that's why I said I'm not teaching you just only English. I'm teaching you Tatar language as well while we're teaching English.
Great. So you will become bilingual, multilingual, right?
Yeah, why not? It will be necessary.
So maybe this upbringing of yours, speaking Tartar and all this background, listening to Tartar all your life has helped you learn English better, right?
Especially the pronunciation way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very interesting, Landish. And for us to close, I have another question about the country that is more related to my favorite topic. Food. What do you usually eat in Russia? What is popular?
So about Russia or about Tatarstan Republic, yeah?
Oh,
because we have got traditional Tatar dishes, and when the people from another cities visit us or come over our house, we try to prepare or cook some traditional. But I haven't cooked for a long time because I'm just working.
I know what you mean. Teacher's life. I know what you mean. So is it common? Are there many
sometimes
traditional dishes for Tartar Republic?
I heard, for example, about this. It's Tatar traditional dish. It's called belish.
Belish, that means belish.
Yes,
with
correct.
that alphabet, I could never read it.
Yes. And I heard that in Great Britain, in England, there is the same, like a pie, yes, potato pie, because it's the pastry dough or a potato and the meat inside.
Interesting. So it's like a pie on the outside and inside it's something different. It's meat, like you said.
Yes, and you know, for example, in my republic, for example, my husband, he's from Russian family. The nationality is Russian. My family is Tatar, nationality. And for example, our moms, they cook this dish different way.
I
So
see.
the form, for example, how they cut, the chop the potato, how, what kind of meat they use. So,
There's
and you
the-
can see the difference if you visit some families.
I see. But it's all about the same idea. It's about having like a big pie with stuff inside, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It,
The
it
most.
looks delicious.
Mm.
It looks delicious. And do
And
you
my
use,
mom taught me to cook it.
yo, so you can do it. You can
Yeah,
make this delicious dish.
incredible. My bellish is incredible, amazing, delicious, and tasty.
I'm curious to try it now. And do you use the spices? Like in Brazil, we love to use garlic and onions.
Garlic, yes. Black pepper, for example. So another one is traditional.
Onion is not so common.
Onion, yeah, it's used in these baked dishes, but I didn't like when I was a kid.
Ah, so this is something
Why
personal.
yes, and I'm still don't put the onion in the in Belish, for example, this one, it's like a, you can see it looks like a triangle. And
Oh,
yes,
we have something similar to this called pastel assado. It's
and
like
what does it
pastry.
mean?
It's a pastry, and
And is there a meaning in the name of of your dish?
pastel is like a pastry, and assado is like roasted because we have it fried. We have this pastry that we put meat inside, we put ham and cheese inside, and sometimes we fry it, and sometimes we make it in the oven. And the ones that we make in the oven are similar to this. And I'm trying to, because I never remember the name for this spice. It's parsley. We use a lot of parsley here. Do you use it?
In my families, maybe we didn't use a lot. That's why I don't remember, and I don't use a lot. But the last time, sometimes we try to taste some of them, which we find.
It's not common. And how about rice? Do you guys eat rice?
Rice. We use different types of rice, but it's not popular, maybe.
What would a normal dinner for you look like, or a normal lunch?
You know, it's changing all the time because I'm living with my daughters. So my eldest daughter is vegan. That's why our menu has changed, and it's changing during the day, or it depends on where.
Yes, hello, beautiful. Veganism is becoming very popular in Brazil as well, especially because here people love eating vegetables. There are many vegetables. Do you eat lots of vegetables?
That's why I buy meat just for our dog.
Ah, just the dog eats meat in the house.
Yeah, the big one. Yes.
Maybe he'll become a vegan too in time. My mother doesn't eat meat, and amazingly, her dog stopped eating meat as well.
Really?
Really, her dog is eating vegetarian food now. He doesn't want to eat meat anymore, so maybe it will happen over there.
Amusing.
Oh, Landish.
Let's check what will be.
So thank you very much. I'm going to stop recording now. Thank you very much for this.